Hello gorgeous peeps, this is Chris from TechSpert and I'm here with two of the more affordable wallet-friendly Nokia phones launched in 2018. Here on the left it's the Nokia 5.1, costs 189 quid and it'll be launching in a couple of days, September the 12th here in the UK. On the right we've got the Nokia 6.1, slightly more expensive at £229 and available right now. Now the specs and a lot of the features are actually pretty similar between these two. We're going to have a bit of a run through now and see what the difference is and which one might be best for you. And don't forget, for more on the latest and greatest smartphones and other tech, hit that subscribe button and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So first up, although both of these smartphones sport a 5.5-inch display, they do look and feel quite different. As you can see, the Nokia 5.1 screen sports a stretched 18:9 aspect ratio, quite common now in 2018, whereas the Nokia 6.1 sports a more traditional 16:9 aspect ratio, which gives it this fatter appearance. And basically when you're using these phones one-handed, the Nokia 5.1 is definitely more comfortable to clutch because of that slender finish, whereas the Nokia 6.1 a little bit more difficult to use one-handed and not quite as comfortable. The Nokia 5.1 also sports a more curvaceous body as well, whereas in the Nokia 6.1 it's very much flat edges and sharp corners, which doesn't fit quite as pleasingly in the palm. And you do get slightly narrower bezels on the Nokia 5.1 as well, so as you can see it's more or less the same height as the Nokia 6.1, despite the fact that the 6.1 sports that fatter finish. If we flip around to the back, you'll see that both of them sport a matte aluminium design. They're actually both carved from a single block of Series 6000 aluminium. So as you can see, it generally hides smudges and grease prints quite well compared with the glass finish, which is all the rage in 2018. You do get slightly more frills in the design with the Nokia 6.1 though. As you can see, you get a nice bit of coloured trim around the edges, something you don't get in the Nokia 5.1, which just sports this single smooth finish to it instead. And you also get a nice bit of trim around the fingerprint sensor as well, again which is missing on the Nokia 5.1, but you do get a nice bit of trim around the camera chassis in both cases. And around those power and volume buttons as well to really help them stand out. Both blowers are pretty rugged as well. We've been rocking the 6.1 for a while and no sign of sort of proper scratches or damage on there. The 5.1 seems just as rugged too. Neither are water resistant though, so don't go taking them into the bath or accidentally dropping them in the toilet, anything like that. Not good times. As you can see here, both sport a rear-mounted fingerprint sensor as well. In both cases reasonably nippy for getting into your desktops. The 6.1 is a bit quicker, so if we just get that switched off and then give them a tap together now. As you can see, 6.1 straight into it, 5.1 a little bit more of a delay. And if you do still use wired headphones as well, good news, the Nokia 5.1 and the Nokia 6.1 both have a 3.5mm headphone jack. So as mentioned before, both of these blowers sport a 5.5-inch display, and in both cases, nice and bright. So if we punch them all the way up to maximum brightness now, we've definitely got no problems in terms of outdoor visibility. You'll easily be able to see what you're doing. It's a full HD plus resolution on both phones. In the case of the Nokia 5.1 it's full HD plus because it's got that stretched aspect ratio, so we're getting nice and crisp as well. If we just pull up into the app icons, you can see the tiny little text clearly legible on both of these blowers, and the icons nice and sharp as well. As you can see, for budget IPS displays, they're reasonably punchy as well. Both the Nokia 5.1 and the 6.1 can produce nice vivid colours that really jump off the screen without looking artificial. Now both these Nokia phones are Android One devices, which means they run a perfectly clean vanilla version of Android Oreo. Absolutely no tinkering whatsoever by Nokia in the background, so you won't get any bonus features or anything like that. But if you just want a nice straightforward clean Android experience, these handsets will definitely do the job. As you can see, the Nokia 6.1 has been updated to Android 8.1. We're still stuck on 8.0 here on the Nokia 5.1, no updates just yet, but hopefully that should be coming soon. One of the major advantages, of course, of running vanilla Android is the fact that you will get timely updates, so those security updates should hit instantly, and hopefully we'll get a nice bit of Android Pie on both of these blowers as well. Essentially, in terms of features and the general look and feel and everything, both of these handsets offer the same experience. As you can see, the Nokia 6.1 has a couple of different bonus bits because it's on that fresher version of Android, so you get the likes of the night light on there, which just basically makes a more comfortable, easy on the eye experience when you're browsing your phone in the middle of the night. The performance is slightly different between these two chipsets, however. You get a basic Mediatek chipset here on the Nokia 5.1. It's a Helio P18, backed by either 2 or 3 gigs of RAM, so not much in the way of memory. Touchwood so far, it's performing absolutely fine, seems reasonably smooth, helped along by the fact that it's a vanilla version of Android. You will notice an occasional little stammer or stutter when you're like trying to open an app or something, but on the whole, it does the job. Here on the Nokia 6.1, it's a bit of an upgrade. You get Qualcomm's Snapdragon 630 chipset, the same chipset found in the G6 Plus. And again, the odd little stammer and stutter here and there during everyday life, but it's absolutely fine for your more basic use. And again, apps load up pretty quickly, and you can do a nice little bit of multitasking in both of these phones as well. So as you can see here, you can get a bit of split screen on the go just to run two apps side by side. When it comes to the benchmark, in the Nokia 6.1 trotted up a score of 90,000, so again, fine for your everyday basic use. Unfortunately, the Nokia 5.1 kept stalling every time I tried running Antutu on it, so no luck there. Thankfully, I did have a bit more success with Geekbench. As you can see there, the scores aren't astronomically different in terms of the single score core at least, but when it comes to the multi-core, the Nokia 6.1 definitely has it thanks to that Snapdragon Smart. So again, it's slightly better when you're running apps side by side if you've got a lot of stuff churning away in the background, things like that. When it comes to the storage, the Nokia 6.1 again has the advantage as well. You've got a choice of either 32 or 64 gigabytes of storage. This is the basic 32 gigabyte model. As you can see, I've still got a good bit of space despite downloading a lot of different apps and everything as well. But here on the Nokia 5.1, it is definitely very limited. You've got a choice of either 16 or 32 gigs. So it maxes out at the minimum level of the Nokia 6.1. I've got the 16 gig model, and about 9 gigs of that was already used up by the basic OS and other stuff. Thankfully, both of these phones do support micro SD memory cards as well. 128 gigs max in the case of the Nokia 5.1 and 256 gigs in the case of the Nokia 6.1. As for the battery tech, they're more or less the same in terms of the battery size. 2,978 milliamps here on the Nokia 5.1 and a 3,000 milliamp, nice and even here on the Nokia 6.1. Both of these phones do have a nice bit of battery saver mode if you absolutely need to, and you also get an intelligent power saving standby mode here on the Nokia 5.1. The Nokia 5.1 unfortunately doesn't seem to support any form of fast charge. I've tried various fast chargers and it just seems to tick up at the same rate. Nokia 6.1 is a bit quicker. With a proper fast charger you can get about 50% life in about half an hour. And when it comes to the charging as well, the Nokia 5.1 sadly sports the old school micro USB, whereas the Nokia 6.1 has a bit of reversible Type-C action. Lovely. This brings us nicely onto the camera tech. Now, both of these blowers sport a 16 megapixel single lens rear camera, as you can see there. You get a bit of two-tone LED flash in both cases as well, but as you can see, the Nokia 6.1 actually sports the Zeiss-branded, whereas you don't get that on the Nokia 5.1. So even though they're the same megapixel count and everything, the Nokia 6.1's camera tech is a wee bit more advanced. I found the shutter speeds pretty nippy in both cases. But as you can see, you've got an HDR auto mode here on the Nokia 6.1, whereas you have to manually tweak HDR on and off here on the Nokia 5.1. And with HDR on, it does take a little bit longer to take your shot and for it to recover ready for another shot. Over here on the Nokia 6.1, you can also take what Nokia terms a bothie, using both the front and the rear camera at once. As you can see, if you tap this little button here as well, you get your bonus modes in both cases pretty much identical. You do get a nice bit of manual or pro mode, as it's termed here on the Nokia 6.1. It's actually slightly better on the 6.1 as well. You've got a bit more control over the various features. And if you switch to video mode as well, again, the Nokia 6.1 is that little bit more advanced. It can actually shoot up to 4K resolution video, which you can see if you dive into the resolution section of the settings. There we go, dials all the way up to Ultra HD 4K. Whereas here, in the case of the Nokia 5.1, it maxes out at that full HD level, unfortunately. Although, of course, you do get the option of shooting in 18:9 aspect ratio if that's your bag. And as for those front-facing cameras, it's an 8 megapixel snapper on both the Nokia 5.1 and the 6.1. Again, you can shoot video if you like. And in both cases, absolutely fine for your sort of standard selfies if you want to share that online or anything. I'm obviously going to be sharing these online because goddamn, sexy. And again, you get that auto HDR mode here on the Nokia 6.1 where it's manual on the Nokia 5.1. And that in a nutshell is the Nokia 5.1 and 6.1 side by side compared for specs, camera tech features and the rest. What do you reckon? Is it worth that extra 30 quid for the Nokia 6.1? Get a slight bump in performance, slightly better camera features, but of course it's not quite as comfortable to clutch and to play with one-handed as the Nokia 5.1. Definitely be interested to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to hit subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest and greatest Nokia tech and everything else. Cheers, love you!